An extreme lifestyle like a one-bag life doesn't need to be hard just because it's an extreme lifestyle. That's why this video is about all the things that will make a one-bag life much easier than you would think. And at the end of the video, I will give you my best tip on the category that you should spend your money on if you want to make your personal lifestyle much easier for every kind of lifestyle, even if you're not pursuing a one-bag life. So don't miss out. For all of you who are new to my channel, I'm Sven, just an extreme minimalist with less than 150 possessions, whose biggest desire is to live his whole life out of just one carry-on sized backpack. So if you end up liking the video, don't forget to subscribe and like, but most important, share a comment with your thoughts at the end of the video and join me on my journey to a true one-bag life and to find out how an extreme minimalist lifestyle looks like. But I would say, let's get started. What kind of things do you think would make an extreme lifestyle like a one-bag life much easier to live? Maybe it is the super expensive clothes that is made out of a very special fabric, so it's much easier to pack. Or maybe it's the very new and famous tech that everyone has, where you think that you can do the same things with a much smaller camera that you would do with a bigger camera like years ago. When I first started my journey towards a true one-bag life, I honestly couldn't answer this question for myself in any kind of way. But after I did my research, I found out that I think it's not about these fancy things that you will find everywhere that will make a one-bag life much easier. It's actually about all the small things that will make the biggest difference when it comes to your own journey towards a true one-bag life. So what are the things that will make a one-bag life much easier to live than you would think? The first category is the one that, in my opinion, is the most important one and will have the biggest difference on how easy you can live a one-bag life or not. And this category is actually storage options. And when I talk about storage options, I actually don't mean your bag that you use. I talk about all the things that are inside your bag. So maybe packing cubes, or if I show you these pouches or whatever you use to store your things. I honestly talk a lot about these storage options on my channel, but I would happily repeat this every single time because I think these things are what make or break a one-bag life. So just don't get me wrong, you don't need to have like packing cubes or pouches for everything. It's more about the storage system that you use, because I personally think that it's much harder to live a one-bag life out of no matter what sized bag if you just throw everything inside the bag without any kind of system or any kind of storage option. Because if you at some point want to find something that is very small, maybe your passport, maybe your ID, and you just throw it into your bag, you will actually never find it again in the right moment when you need it. So if you have some storage options, as I said, no matter what, if it's packing cubes or pouches or whatever it is in the end, it will definitely make your one-bag life much easier to live. So try to find the right solution for you, I would say, because everyone is very different, but make your life much easier by finding the right ones for you as soon as possible. Another thing I already mentioned a lot are actually multi-purpose items. And in this specific case, I talk about these small multi-purpose items. It can be a nail clipper that you can use for a lot of different things. Maybe a dry bag that you use as storage, but on the other hand, you can wash your clothes in it. Or maybe your microfiber towel that you can use for a lot of different things on the beach and also in the bathroom. So all these small little multi-purpose items, I would say, will definitely help you live a much easier one-bag life. And that is because I personally think that these single-use items will have two very big disadvantages when you carry just one single-purpose items in your bag. And the first one is that they will take up a lot of more space if they have only a single purpose instead of like multi-purpose items. And the second thing that in my opinion is a big disadvantage is that if you need to replace these single-purpose items, maybe because they get stolen or maybe you lose them or they will break, it's much harder sometimes to find a replacement for them. But if I only have this dry bag and I lose this dry bag, I will definitely have other items that I can replace this dry bag with, like waterproof zipper pockets or something else. So in my opinion, multi-purpose items will definitely have a big advantage over single-purpose items when it comes to space, sometimes even money savings, and definitely to organize your bags. So in general, that will make your one-bag life much easier if you carry more multi-purpose items than single-purpose items. Lastly, one category of items I don't actually talk about a lot in my videos, and that will definitely change because these items or these things will have a much bigger part in my own journey towards a true one-bag life, and therefore also a bigger part in my future videos, and that are actually reusable and sustainable products. For the sake of this video, I only talk about reusable and sustainable containers, like food containers for food, drinks and other liquids like this water bottle. And I personally believe that you will always have a reason to carry them. Maybe you have a place or you go to a place where you have a free water refill, or you can refill your water for a much lower price, or you just want to carry always cold water on yourself or on your person when you go out. There is always a reason to carry a water bottle. On the other hand, you will have reusable, I would say, cups or maybe some other things where you can put food in, so leftovers from dinner or from lunch the day before, so you can carry them as well and so the restaurant don't have to throw them away. On the other hand, or maybe on the first place, the main reason to do that is because you will save a lot of money and you will save a lot of space in your bag if you carry these things instead of always buying new plastic water bottles or always buying new food because you can't carry the other things in your bag. On the other side, you will save day by day a little bit of the planet because you live much more sustainably if you don't waste a lot of plastic, if you don't have a lot of food waste because you can take it with you. So definitely, I think it will make your one-bag life much easier if you have these reusable and sustainable options, so you can carry much less on your person, but also at the same time having the most important things like cool drinks or maybe some food in a container always on your person when you need them. And as I said, you will save the earth every day little by little. As you can see, it's not about these very fancy and very expensive things that will make your one-bag life much easier to live. For me personally, it's about the storage options, about the small little multi-purpose things, and especially about the sustainable and reusable things that will make a huge difference on how easy a one-bag life really is. And honestly, for me, it definitely proves wrong every single time that these things are the most important things to make this lifestyle much easier. But now that you know everything about things that will make a one-bag life much easier to live, here is my best tip on the category of things that you should spend your money on to make your lifestyle much easier for every kind of lifestyle, even if you're not pursuing a one-bag life. If I personally could choose only one category of items that I would spend all my money on to make my lifestyle much easier than it was before, it would definitely be the multi-purpose item category. Maybe think about the multi-tool that has the latitude of multiple things in one tool that you can use, so you can finally get rid of your very heavy and bulky toolbox that you have at home. Or maybe think about a multi-purpose table that you can use, as the name suggests, as a table, but maybe also as a cutting board, maybe as your desk for your desktop setup, or as a playing table for different games. And last but not least, maybe you will find a camera that can do the job as good as maybe the camera you're currently using, so you can find a camera that has multiple uses except for photo and video. Maybe you can take it underwater, or you can make a lot of different footages from it because you can take it to different places because it's not so fragile as a big bulky camera. So for me, the possibilities for multi-purpose items are sheer endless in any kind of category. So to sum it up, I would highly suggest to you, find out every single-use item that you currently have at home and try to find as many multi-purpose items to replace these single-purpose items, so you can save a lot of space, maybe even some money, and in the long term definitely a lot of stress, and trying to save a lot of time by not trying to find everything and try to remember where everything has its place, because you have only one multi-purpose item for a lot of things that you definitely know where to find it. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and like, but most important, share a comment down below with what things will make your lifestyle much easier. The next video will be about how to handle all these just-in-case items that every one of you will definitely have. In the meantime, you can watch my last video where I show you my personal definition of a one-bag life and what belongs to it and what not. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.